Okay, class, I'm going to go over a couple of things on how to add the text down here. Many of you are you're turning in the text. It's all kind of messed up. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go over this really quick with you. Also, one other thing I want to touch on, many of you have turned in images of the people and you let go of your modifier keys before you let go of your mouse. And so what will happen is if I come here, Command or Control T, a website, I'm sorry, let me escape out of that. Let me just take this guy. Command or Control T, and what's happening is that you'll hold the Option key or whatever, the Shift key or whatever you're doing, and then you let go of the mouse before you let go. And I'm getting these elongated, squished, out of proportion people, okay? You don't ever want to do that. It looks really fake. It stands out like a sore thumb. So just letting you know what happens when that happens. Many of you in the class did this. You let go of the mouse before the modifier. You always keep your fingers on the modifier keys, which means Shift, Option, or Alt, or Command, or Control. You keep your fingers on those controls when you're using them, and let go of the mouse first, and then it won't jump on you. Everybody seems to get into a little contest with their hand and their mind, and they let go of the mouse at the same time they let go of the modifier keys. And when you do that, you take a chance of that happening. Okay, so now on to this. You can do it a couple of different ways. He suggested, Swiss as the typeface, but I would just say all of you have Arial Black, so I would just use Arial Black. And so what I've done here is I added the Arial Black here, right? So we've got the Arial Black, okay? But how did you get this little texture in there? Many of you just use gold or you just use yellow. Well, the way to get the color was to double-click here, okay? Click up here, and then come down in here, and then sample on, sample on the rocks or whatever. Sample on the ice cubes in the glass, okay? And then that's where, and I clicked around a couple of times till I got this color, and then I click OK, all right? And that's how you get the color. Now, how do you get that effects on the that kind of texture? Well, for those of you, and most of you did do this, if you go back to the Stone Age text assignment, which was that was in Chapter 1 under Type Effects, you created a texture, a stone texture, and that's the texture that you're going to use on here. So I'm going to just come in here and go into my, let me just double click here, not the actual name. So now I'm in my layer styles, and so on the layer styles, I'm going to click pattern overlay. And if you click on here and go down, I also have a link in there under your modules on how to reload your legacy patterns, because without the legacy patterns, this is all you're going to get. You're going to get these weird trees and stuff, trees, grass, and water. So you're going to have to come over here and you're going to have to append your patterns by going to import patterns. Anyway, I show you how to do it. There's a whole video in there. Actually, I think I brought it in from the lady head of Adobe, and I believe that's in there. But anyway, here's the Stone Age text JPEG that you created from the first. It should be in here already, because unless you change out your defaults in your personalized computer, it should still be there. So all I did was select this, and I changed it to overlay up here. If I change it back up here to normal, okay, what happens is the gold color goes away. So because it's on top of the gold. So I had to change it and create a blending mode so it can see the texture underneath it. Be able to see the color. So then I just click OK. Now you can do this one of a couple of ways. You can either create using the shape tool, and you can create these rectangles on here and then lower the opacity on it to get that shape, or you can just use your marquee tool, right? And you can just create and draw out your marquees and fill them with black and put them all on the same layer, okay? And that's all how you're going to do that, right? So I'm just using this. I've got that, and then I'm just going to lower the opacity on here just a little bit like so. And so now it's starting to look like the textbook on page 36. You want yours to look as close as possible to what's going on page 36. Even though he didn't tell you how to do it, it's kind of a challenge. Some of these you're just going to have to figure out on your own. Some of you are having a real difficult time trying to figure it out. So I created this video. I'd like you to go back and fix your file so it looks like this before you turn it in. And anyway, I hope that's helpful. Now, of course, I see this harsh line through here. That would have to be taken out with the layer mask. But, like right in here, you take your brush, and then you can, kind of, whoops, let me paint that out. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right this minute, but anyway, so you would want to, come in here and take that out. But anyway, other than that, that's all I wanted to go over with you. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. When you get a chance, go ahead and make those changes and resubmit. Thanks.